Okay, everybody. It helps to have your completed JPEG of your composition scene, not the PSD, just the JPEG of your finished composition, sort of off to the side. And the reason being is it it's a matter of like lights and darks. For example, on my line drawing over here, I couldn't tell what was going on here with the rocks, and I can see that it's lighter here and lighter up this side of the building. So those are choices. That's going to affect the choices that I make in terms of what I do to show that this rock wall doesn't just go straight across. The rock wall goes here, stops, and angles that way. Um, Other areas, I can see this is a bit of a dark area. I probably want to try to reproduce that a little bit. Um, this is kind of light here, but it's lighter on this side. So that's going to affect some choices that I make. And now I'm just going to kind of move this aside and show you what I've done. Most importantly, okay, first of all, you want to have your tracing layers locked and on the very top of your layer stack. Interesting to see what these would look like printed out without the lines. I might do that. Looks awesome. Um, there's just so much to tell you. I don't even know where to start. You guys have 6 watercolor textures. At this point, you are welcome to get more from the internet if you are not finding if what you have is not sufficient for what you want to do, or if there's an effect that you want that you don't see in your watercolor textures. I have a wild advantage over all of you, and let me show you what that advantage is. Student watercolor textures. I have all of them. So I have plenty of super high resolution watercolor textures. If you want to go back and get more, feel free to go to the internet. We used to get all of them from the internet. Use yours, but if there's something like if you need something a little bit more dark and dingy like this, which I'm going to use, I think, in my next, I'm going to drag this and drop it right in there because I feel like I want to use that. And you can't find it, then go to the internet. Just make absolutely certain when you do, the search is going to be watercolor textures. You have to do images, tools, size, large every single time you do a new search. If you change your search up here, it won't remember the tools large. You have to do it again. Don't use anything that has a watermark on it. Gosh, that would actually be kind of cool. Remember that when you get an image, don't save it from this page. Click on it and then save it from here, save as. This is really interesting. I feel like I want to use this. I do. Yeah. Desktop, save. Um, there's kind of a dirty one. If you want something that's up, nope. You guys see that? There's a grid line all over it with watermarks123creative.com. Don't use it. Perfect. You can use that. No watermarks. You guys can just, ooh, very good. That would look good, possibly. This one is not good. Alamy with little letter A's all the way over. Nope. Other textures that you're welcome to look up. Yeah, was that watermarks too? Watercolor drop. Yeah, watercolor drops. These can look good if used properly. If it doesn't clear up, this is looking kind of blurry. If the blurriness doesn't go away right here, then it's garbage. Don't use it. It has to clear up. This is awesome, but it's iStock. No, it's not iStock. I really like this. I don't have anything like it. I'm going to save that. Oh, you know what? What did I forget to do? I changed my search. Ha! I'm so glad I did that. You don't think about it. You really don't. Images, tools, size, large, because I put the word drop in. I changed my search. So lots of different things here. I'm not gonna save anything. Another one is old paper, texture, tool size, large, every single time. When I first did this project, I used Alamy. What about you? Old Alamy. Oh, suck. Vintage paper. No, I gotta pay for that. You'll find something. It's just, you just have to keep looking. Oh, that's cool. If I see Alamy one more time, I'm putting my fist through this monitor. Oh, that was just screen recorded. Just kidding. Disregard. Not having much luck here. Yes, there's a good one. You don't have to use these. I remember using one on a project I did. Last search you can do is grunge textures. A lot of them, tools, size, large. A lot of them are just not going to be appropriate because they're just black, and it's just going to muck up your project way too bad. But I wonder if you might have use for something like that. It just depends on your image. It's not bad. We could have spent more time. We could have made our own grunge textures, but it just would have taken literally the rest of the semester. So that one's kind of cool, but it's not clearing up. Yes, it is. I just want one. I want one. They're so dark. I want something that's just. Oh, who are you? Oh, save image as desktop save. Okay. Good enough. Let's get back to Photoshop and get to the business of explaining. I'm going to actually throw one of those textures in here right now. Desktop. That one I just saved. Where are you? Where did you go? You went right there. Slap it in here. All right, I am going to put it under here with these rocks laid over textures that are already there. So watch the way I do this. And after I do it, I may decide that I don't like it. I may delete it. Watch this. Window J makes a copy. Window T and flip horizontal. I can bring that right back into here. And I don't really want to go that far because I already have what I need over there on that side. I this. Now I'm going to merge these together. Hold down Shift, select both of them, right click, merge layers onto one. And now I'm going to take the opacity down all the way to 0. I'm going to grab a sloppy lasso, which is that freehand one, because you don't want it to be perfect. And I'm going to do a sloppy selection. Come back to where I started. I'm going to turn the opacity back up to 100. And now I want to select, the opposite of that. What's that called? Select inverse, yeah. So you can just right click, select inverse. If you're tired of right clicking, Shift Window I. Shift Window I stands for inverse. Deselect. Now, that went right over my water, and I don't want it to. So I'm going to go in and remove it with a sloppy lasso. Why sloppy? Because you want your project to look somewhat sloppy and almost like we did when we did our watercolor painting. We let the paint move with the water. You want that sort of effect here too. Blending modes. Blending modes are right here in your layers palette. I'm not sure we talked about them. Did we ever talk about these? Yeah, of course we did. So the blending mode is going to mix down with the layer that's underneath. I already like that one. It's called luminosity, but I'm going to hold down, just click the arrow key. I want something that's relatively dark, but it doesn't have to be too dark. Kind of has to go with stuff way too dark. I don't know. Is it too dark? Where are we at here? By the way, I appreciate your patience. This is just one of those demonstrations that there's no way to just do a short and quick like everything else that I do. No, too dark. I'm going to go all the way back down to luminosity. I really like that because it shows the texture that's already there underneath, which are those, and it just adds a little bit more to it. Check it out. This line right here, I'm not 100% crazy about. I don't like how it all of a sudden cuts off. So watch this. E for the eraser. The letter E. Press it. E. The eraser is just like a brush. You guys used a hard, round brush to trace this. The eraser is just the opposite of that. Okay, so you can use a hard, round eraser, or you can use a soft eraser. What I want to do is I want to make a nice soft erasing here of that sharp line. So I'm going to go up to the options and choose soft round. And then I'm going to set my opacity, which is the strength of that eraser. I'm going to set it all the way down to like 13. Doesn't have to be 13, just I would say under 20. Right bracket key, left bracket key, bigger, smaller. Watch that. See that line disappear? But it disappeared nice and soft. Which is actually, what I wanted. Another thing you can do, let's see, this layer. Oh, I didn't do anything with that layer yet. Okay. Where do I want to put it? Well, I'm going to take a look at my building. Where do I want to put this? Where do I want to put this? Where do I want to put it? I want to put it right here. Yep, that's where I'm going to put it. And I'm going to window T. I'm going to stretch it out. And do probably a polygonal lasso for this one because there's some straight lines in here. Where do I stop? That's why you need your picture. Okay, I'm going to do... Oh, gosh. All right, I'm supposed to go... Am I doing this side? Yeah, I'm doing this side. Okay. I'm doing the lighter side. Okay, all right. All right, here we go. So... I'm still making a sloppy selection. Shift window I, backspace. All right. Okay. I hate to say pay attention because I don't know how much more I can ask of you guys, but this is important. Color and light dark. Those things play a huge role. Why is it dark under the bridge? Anybody? Shadow. And doing that makes what stand out? The bridge. Exactly. So I made a decision to make it dark under there. To make it dark so I can make the bridge stand out. And here's where I'm going to show you another example of how... Oh, you know what? I have that down there. Watch this. I'm going to go to that layer underneath the bridge. I'm going to zoom in. And thank goodness you guys studied and have a knowledge of adjustment layers, because I'm going to make a sloppy selection right there, just like that. And watch this. Okay, you guys know these, right? Adjustment layers. Yeah, of course you do. How about we do something bad? Instead of using an adjustment layer, how about the thing about adjustment layers is you can delete them and you don't destroy your layer. I'm going to destroy the layer. I don't care because I already know I'm going to like what I'm doing. So you guys know what levels are, right? It's an adjustment layer called levels. Levels you want to use a lot in this project. So you can do adjustment layers if you want, or you can just do the destructive way: image, adjustments, levels. And it doesn't put an adjustment layer on it. It actually just, watch this. I'm going to make it darker. See that? Press OK, deselect, and now I have a darker patch underneath, which is going to make that other thing stand out more. Okay. Okay, so that's one example. How about this thing that I just put in now? Where is it? Where is that layer? Auto select. Okay. All right. So this is the lighter side. but I want some dark. I kind of like the way it's dark right there. I am going to get my sloppy lasso. And grab that there. Lasso this. I'm gonna lasso that. And now I'm going to do levels. And by the way, window L levels. Now this is destructive. Whatever you do, you can go light or you can go dark. I'm just going to make it a little bit dark and then press window D because I like it. And then I'm probably going to layer something here. I want one of the students, I think, has a, I swear I'm almost done. This. I like this. I'm going to do something with this right there. Anybody? Is this anybody's in here? I feel like this is fifth hour. So what I'm going to do for starters is use the wand to get rid of the white. Whoa. Why is it moving so much? Do a couple of splats to make it look like somebody, I don't know, dripped some paint on here. I don't want those. I don't want that. I don't want these. I just want those. I'm going to go right here and then blending modes. If it doesn't work, I delete it. If I don't find a good blending mode, then I have no business using this. Ooh, maybe. I'm going to use this one, and I'm going to take the opacity of this layer down, just like that. It just adds a little bit of something to here. Going to turn the lights on in this window right here. Remember, sloppy lasso, sloppy, sloppy. And this layer and window L. And pull it this way to lighten that. Press enter, deselect. And for now, I'm going to hold off. And the very last thing I'm going to show you, because this just has to end at some point, and I'll just continue on another day as I work on mine. Window U. There are two things. Window L levels. Window U is hue saturation. It's not the same as what you guys know how to do. You guys know how to do the hard way, the more effective way. For this, I'm just showing you how you can change the hue a little bit. Let's say you wanted green, right? Or that color. This actually, oh gosh, that looks really good. This works really, really well on color textures. So you may find that beneficial if you have a color that you don't have in your 6, but you can change the hue. Okay. So that's a pretty easy way to just completely change the color of your stuff. And then the last thing I'm going to say is don't put your, there you are. Don't put this together like a puzzle. Don't go, okay, that side of the wall gets that texture. This side of the wall gets this texture. This side of the wall gets this. This piece gets that. And I have to put it nicely right inside. That is the exact thing that I don't want anyone to do because it won't look natural. You want it to look like things are kind of just spilling onto things, not unintelligently, you know. You can see I have stuff that is overlapping a lot. Definitely, especially in this front left. There's all kinds of different textures in here that are just overlapping each other. So I would encourage you now and then is to turn off your tracing layer and see what it looks like. Okay. Oh, thank you for your patience. Whatever class time is left is yours. This video will be available. You probably will never want to watch it though.